For me, what makes Sound Christian Academy so special is the biblical integration. And it's so different from my previous work environment, and is really special when you get to integrate the Bible into the lessons, but more importantly into the life lessons. So when we ever have something that would come up maybe in discussions, or maybe an incident on the playground, or things like that, we always get to relate back to, you know, how we are as Christians and how we treat one another. And then even with, you know, math, we can always even relate it to, you know, our God-given talents and why math is so important to even the creation of how God made everything so perfect. So the biblical integration is probably the most special, because it is, we have the right to bring the Lord into our conversations.
But there's also just the day-to-day moments of being in class and realizing, oh my goodness, we just talked about the gospel and history, and students are talking to me about their faith, and we're talking about Christian values in the classroom.
And so from a Christian education standpoint, we want to make sure that we're helping kids to gain the best education possible that they can, while also being able to engage in a very thoughtful, humble, loving manner to the world around them with some of these challenging questions that we face. And that's something that Jesus called his disciples to 2,000 years ago, and we're still being called to it.
Every class I have there's something unique. It's not just the academic, but the personality of the students. My prayer is so they can find a connection, not just the textbook, the lecture, or even the lab, but also what they do outside. If you're looking for a place where you want to learn science, this is a great place. It's not just Christ-centered, but Christ-centered with the understanding of this is how God created the world in a more real and not superficial way. How does this really affect me? Here, if you come here, you will learn the science part, but also find how you can reconcile your own life.
Hi, my name is Greg Olson, and I'm here at Sound Christian Academy, and today we're going to be asking some of these students at recess what they think about their school. Stay tuned. All right, sir, what's your name?
Silas.
My name is Precious.
Samantha.
Joshua.
Ethan.
Annika. Noah.
Kenyatta.
Zoe.
Aaron and Justin.
What would you say about SCA so far since you've been here?
It is the best school that I've ever been to, personally.
What would you say is your favorite subject at school this year?
English.
My favorite subject in my class is actually going to be history. I love history.
Math.
Math.
Math. I'm going to go with math.
Science or math?
We've gotten math a lot.
Math. Probably math or history.
History.
English.
History or math, because that's when I have the best times in school.
What would you say is one of the fun things you've done this year so far?
When, at the beginning of the year, we had, this big game time, and it was really fun.
Funnest thing I've actually ever done in SCA is a class tour in 3rd grade.
It's playing soccer.
Soccer.
Playing soccer.
Pep rallies and Spirit Week.
Everything.
And you said you're in 6th grade, so this was your first year of modus groups. How's that going?
I really like it. I like the relationships I'm building with the girls here.
What are some of the things you've been learning about God this year?
How he always answers prayers.
That God has actually made some really good things happen in life, actually.
That he's always omnipotent.
That God dwells in you.
That God is almighty, he's omnipotent, and he's just gracious.
That I used to struggle with faith and self-doubt, so he's really helped me with that this year.
That it's more likely that the Bible is true than false, because, should I explain?
Sure.
Okay. In the New Testament, there's over 24,000 copies at the time when this was made, and less than 20 words were in doubt in 24,000 copies. And compared to something else like Homer's Iliad, which is somewhat like the Bible, but it's kind of different, it has more than 400 words in doubt.
This school is amazing and it's probably changed my life.
But once I became a part of Christian education, I would sacrifice everything in the world to have my child in a Christian school, and especially at Sound Christian Academy. There is something so special here. Knowing that your child is safe, that their heart, their mind, their soul is safe when they go to school every day is priceless. For one, knowing that their teacher's talking to them about Jesus and their friends are talking about Jesus, and the other teachers are talking to them about Jesus on top of delivering a high quality education.
I'd really want them to know that it's worth it. The investment is so invaluable. Having that Christian background where all of your classes are taught from that Christian worldview is so incredibly helpful. Also, the small class sizes ensure that teachers really know each of their students, they know their names, and that's just something that I find so valuable.
I would give up anything for my child to be here. And there is a culture here that you could feel, and it's like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. And from a parent standpoint and having my child here, there's no better feeling than knowing that she is getting a high quality education with a foundation of Christ.